What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. My kiddo, he's my tail, okay? If I'm here, I have a kid here, okay? He's playing his Nintendo Switch, sitting right here next to me, like filming. He's behaving so well. Turns the game all the way up. I turn it down. He says, no, stop. Turns it all the way up. I'm like, bro, you're literally your dad. You guys are deaf as shit. So yeah, it's always just so noisy in my videos, and it's not a problem. I know people don't care. I just have a really hard time keeping a train of thought when everything's loud. Is anybody else like that? Like where, like when there's noise, it just like scatters your brain? I don't know. But yeah, that's how I am. So that's why I always just like to acknowledge that with you guys. So if I seem like I'm saying a lot, or like my train of thought is just like not flowing too great, it's the noise in my house. I can't stand it. Besides that, for today's video, I am going to be using the brand new Unearthly Cosmetics Dreamer palette. I am just so grateful to receive Unearthly palettes in PR, just because their palettes are a little bit more on the pricey end, but they are so stunning, and Unearthly packaging kills me every time. Her packaging sings to my soul, and all of her shimmers are just so freaking good. Duochrome, multichrome, they're so buttery, they're so pigmented. Like, that is one thing that I will always say about Unearthly, is that their shimmers are freaking killer. I'm so glad. I'm just such a poor person, so the fact that I get these things in PR and I can actually use them and review them for you guys, it means the absolute world to me. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I also wanted to let you guys know that I do have a code with Unearthly Cosmetics. You can use code 381makeup to get a discount. It is an affiliate code, so I do receive commission off of it. I just wanted to mention that because I feel like somebody had commented on one of my videos like, oh, like I just can't really afford it. I can relate. Let me tell you guys, I can relate so much to that. So I do wanted to let you guys know that you can, you know, support me and save some money all at the same time if that's something that you're interested in. If you are curious to see how I achieve this look, you're definitely gonna want to keep on watching. And of course, don't forget to stay tuned until the very end of the video, where I'll do an up close of my eyeshadow for you guys. That way you can see the true beauty of the blend. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in. So, like, of course, I filmed my intro after my makeup was already done. So this is technically me starting off my video, right? So I'm like, okay, look at her. Shut the front door. I've noticed that Unearthly's been doing a lot of palettes in this format lately, where it's, so they've been doing the format of 2 rows with 12 shadows, and then they kind of catty corner the zigzag, you know, the shimmers and the, I like this setup. I think it's beautiful. I really feel like with the palettes that she's been doing, you could really kind of mix and match them together to create really beautiful looks. I actually was thinking of going in with the browns and the pinks, but I really haven't used my gray Maybelline Mitchell color case, and this has a gray in it, and then this shadow right here looks like actual fucking confetti. I was like, you know what? That's the vibe. It looks a little crazy right now, but we're just going to trust the process on this one, okay? The first shade I'm going to take out of this palette is this one right here, which is called Engulf. It's kind of like a midnight purpley blue. So I actually want to take the, you don't have to do this, you could just prime your lids, but I wanted to take this blue shade here. So the only primer I have on my lids right now is from carving out my eyebrows, and I kind of just like pat it everywhere, a nice thin layer. And then typically I'd go in with a little bit more of like my Plouise base to properly prime my lids. But I'm going to be using this blue right here as the base. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This is a Morphe M433 brush. And I'm going to use this to blend this blue down right where I want it. Now, of course, I'm going to want to make sure that the edges are nice and seamless. So I'm just going to dust the brush off before I kind of go over these edges a little bit. Now on this Small Doll Beauty brush, this is a DB13. I had bought the Doll Beauty brush set and this came in it. So good. I'm going to start by taking Shade Engulf and kind of just everywhere where that blue is, I'm going to lay this down. I really feel like this just helped make this truly deep. If I would have put this on a lighter base, it of course would have showed up and blended and all that. But putting it on a dark blue base, it's really going to help that blue pop. It's really going to help with the depth of the color. This true midnight blue. So for me personally, I would have liked to have seen a light blue to blend in this palette. I feel like you have like your like peachy and your pinks to blend out the brown and the purple, but I feel like there's really only the gray to blend out this more bluey shade. I mean, I probably could go in with the pink and the purple over this. But like, look at how stunning that blue is. Tell me not like a nice baby blue. That's just, you know, personal thought. I'm going to take a fluffy wet n Wild brush with the shade Clouded, which is the gray. And I'm going to lightly buff this out. I want to go light because this gray is a little bit dark. So I'm going to take a clean brush after I lay it down to go over the edges to soften it a little bit. You could also take a white shadow to help lighten it a little bit more. This palette doesn't have a white in it, so that's why I'm trying to just use the palette. So like I said, you don't need the Made by Mitchell bases. I just love the Made by Mitchell bases. So that's why I was like, I gotta use it. I really, like, never had a real reason to use that blue. But today's the day. Now I'm going to take that fluffy brush and buff. Do you see the vibe? So I'm just going to kind of keep going back and forth between the colors until I have a nice blend. This is the blend. Actually, just for the two shades, I think genuinely they blended so good. I love Unearthly's formula, so I'm not surprised that this looks so good. I'm going to take my cut carver, cut the crease. Now that I have a nice just square cut out, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just like to clean up the square. I'm going to take the Made by Mitchell, the color case, the grays. I'm going to take this dark shade right here because this color is the color that matches the gray in the palette. I did want it to be just a smidge bit lighter, but I wanted this tone. So I actually mixed just a little bit of the white into it. This is now what that base looks like. A nice trick to learn. So you see how we have this like super sharp line here. I'm just going to take my finger and press. So you see how soft that is now? I'm going to take the fluffy brush that I used for the gray. This brush is dirty. And I'm just going to go ahead and buff that in, but not all the way. I want the center of this to remain tacky. I'm going to take some of the blue shade Engulf and just make sure that it's nice and deep on the inner and outer corners. I'm going to take the Unearthly Glimmer Grasp and this shade, Dream State. I don't think you could see, well, I think you kind of see, like, it's like silver with like pink is one of the main colors I'm seeing popping out. But when I look really close at it, I'm seeing green in there too. Like, this is such a beautiful, like, confetti shape. Shade. Girl. I'm going to take the Glimmer Grasp just on this fluffy brush. And I'm going to lay this down right in the center. Can you see that? I don't think you could see how truly beautiful this is.
Mom?
What?
Oh.
I wanted to take one of the kind of pinky purpley shades. So I actually ended up shaking. I took this shade right here. Tranquil. It's kind of like a periwinkle purple. It's like pinky purple, periwinkle-y. I'm going to take my lash glue and draw a line. I'm just tracing the line I already have. And then I'm just going to take a flat little liner brush. I'm going to take some black out of the color case, and I'm going to stamp it down across the lash line, and then I'll smudge it out with the dark blue shade that I used. Okay, here is the completed look. Here's the thing. I was going to go with a cool tone lip, but I didn't feel the vibe. I didn't feel like it looked as good as I thought it was going to look. So I just went with like a super light nude lip. I went in with the Milani lip pencil in the shade Most Natural, and then the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. That looks good. I think this nude looks perfect for the look. Stunning. Gorgeous. My inspiration for this look was actually the packaging of this. I was kind of wanting to go with like that gray route. Yeah, babe. What was I saying? My kid needed my help. Right. Yeah, inspo. I wanted to be hot like her. If you know and love the Unearthly formula, if this color story speaks to you, so gorgeous, so stunning. This is the look I created, the first look I created using the palette. It's beautiful. I'm very, very pleased. I wasn't sure how it was gonna look, but now that the full face is done, I think the whole thing is it came together beautifully. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. Without further ado, we're gonna go right on ahead. Roll the clip.